Welcome back to the program. It is Thursday, that day when we get to relax a bit on this show and just get to look at matters that revolve around entertainment, celebrating talent. That is as we prepare you to usher your weekend, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us. And my name is Safina Ching on Twitter at Safin_Ching is where you find me. The hashtag is GMKKBC. Today we've been doing this show together with Samuel Joroge. On Twitter, at Sami1Joroge, that is where you find him. Remember, we want you to be a part of the show. The requests that you have, the questions you have, the feedback you have, we'd love that you share those with us on social media and on SMS. 22162 is our SMS line. Right about now, we are about to start another segment where we want to celebrate talent this morning. I'm having a panel of 3 ladies who do different things that they say they are so passionate about, and they have visions and they want to take this a notch higher. And right about now, I'll just give you a chance to, say hello to my viewer this morning. A panel of 3, including Monday. When she introduced herself, I actually told her I'm Tuesday. And then we have Benta and we have Valentine. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I know you have a lot to say about what you do and how long you've been doing it and why you're doing it. But let's start with the intro. Let me start with you, Monday. Tell me more about yourself and what is it that you specialize in?
Okay. My name is Monday Makdwallo. I am a makeup artist. I've been doing this for 2 years. I specialize in special effects makeup, which is makeup for film. I also do beauty luxury applications. Yes.
Thank you so much, Monday. It's Thursday. Benta.
My name is Benta Wangui. I'm a designer. I major in leather. We make leather products. My company is BW Leather. BW stands for Backward Leather. We are only now 8 months old.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Benta.
Thank you.
Yeah. Valentine.
Yes.
Wow. The millionaire.
Okay, I accept the title.
Before you introduce yourself, the winner of Be Your Own Boss.
Yes.
5 million.
Yes.
You bagged.
Yes.
And you're just sitting there calmly like nothing happened. Do we need security around?
No.
You're good, eh?
Yes.
You pesa iko safe.
Eco safe.
Okay. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Valentine Nekesa. I'm a fashion designer, specifically for the curvy woman. My brand is called Nekesa Queens Limited, commonly known as V Designs. And I can say I've been doing fashion as long as I could recognize, or I could pair up clothes and say, you look good in that, or wear that, or don't wear that. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time now. But specifically, I can say this year has been the epitome for Nekesa Queens. Yeah, like the boom.
We understand, eh? Like, who gets 5 million and doesn't say that's like a breakthrough? Yeah? But then again, let's, go back, Idogo. That's not what you want to talk about this morning, but my viewers will not forgive me if I don't ask you a few questions concerning that breakthrough,
Yes.
Did you ever know that at your age, at such a time in your life, at such a starting point in your passion, you'd get such a boom, and such a confirmation that this is what you ought to be doing?
Honestly, no. But I can say we are raised to believe and hope. Just hope something will always happen eventually. I did have the hope, but I can't say exactly the kind of hope or the breakthrough that I've gotten this year. I didn't actually picture it like it will ever happen to me. It's something I said, that's for other people. When you see, that's for other people, they're the ones who get them. Like, that's the mentality I had, but still believed that there was a time that it will be my time. Yeah.
How many people were in the competition?
We were 12 contestants.
12.
Yes.
And then did you know that you were the one?
At the beginning.
Or at what point in the competition did it become clear that this is something I really wanted, I can be able to bag the money, the prize?
At the beginning, no.
No?
Honestly, no, I didn't believe. Actually, I was to leave at the beginning. I felt so. Like, I felt this is not possible for me. It was too much. I felt like there was too much pressure for me. But as time went by in the show, I felt I can actually get this. Like, this is for me. Like I usually say, I'm one person who says, before I start doing something, I do say, God, if it's not for me, don't give it to me. If it's mine, literally, just give it to me. So yeah, as time went by, I felt like he's giving it to me. because I felt I was always being given, actually I was always being given the second chance, every single time, every episode. And then eventually it hit me, this is actually for me. And I woke up from it and said, then let me get it.
And you were given that dummy, like, and then the original.
Yes.
Like, at that moment when you received it and you knew that now I'm 5 million rich, what was going through your mind? You know, pesa inaongeleshanga watu, you know, what was going through your mind? Did you like planned, or were you now planning now that it's a reality? Just take us through that moment.
Funny thing, by the time we were reaching episode 5, I'd already started planning for the 5 million. I was like, yes, this goes here, this goes here. Like I said, let me visualize it. Let me just put it mentally. Let me put it down on paper. And I might actually get it. Like I said, like when I get there, I don't want to be confused. Like when I eventually get it, let me not be lost. Let me plan myself and say, this is how I do with it. This is how I go with it. So yeah, I had actually planned for it. And then when it came, I was in shock again. I did get
like
it.
really?
Yes. I'm like, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll get to talk about that in a bit. You know, most people have talent and they're passionate about one thing or the other, but not many of them are as lucky as Valentine to get, you know, that kind of a boom. Some capital to start you off and get you out there, or an opportunity or such a platform to market yourself and show what you can be able to do. We'll get to that, and we can be able to empower, you know, the young people who are watching us this morning on how they can go about that. But coming to you, Monday, also share with us your story. Like, how did it begin for you, and what are some of the things that you have done so far that are a clear indicator that this is what you want to do? I love you, Iris.
Thank you. So how my story started is that I was 16 and my mom got me my first makeup palette. And makeup was never really an interest for me until I got that palette. And so I started practicing and I fell more and more in love with the craft, where you realize that makeup is actually an art and not just, a hobby, as people say. So as my passion for makeup grew, I got into college and realized that this could actually turn into a career. There's so much potential for growth, not just to work as a makeup artist in Kenya, but to grow globally. And so at the end of my college career, I went into makeup professionally, charging, very little to my friends and to make extra money. And as my experience grew, I got to work with companies like Barclays, UAP, Old Mutual. I've done some work for New York Fashion Week. I'm a diva salon. And so getting these small steps, celebrating these small wins, really keeps me on track as to where I want to go. Yeah.
How did you get your name, Monday Makdwallo? I just went back to
Actually, a lot of people ask me, was I born on a Monday? No, I wasn't. I was born on a Wednesday. It's a family name. It was my grandmother's name. So, yeah, that's how I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell where you're coming from. Monday Makdwallo.
Makdwallo. I am Luo.
Oh.
I'm fully Luo, from the lakeside. Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. Benta, you design bags, leather bags, and at some point you're having a conversation with me and you told me leather became so expensive for most people, and you decided to be a bit creative with what you do so that you can be able to widen your reach with what you're doing. Tell us about that and how it began for you.
All this started last year. Actually, I was in the acting industry, and I'm still in the acting industry. So there are those times you go for a break and you're like, okay, for 3 months, what will you be doing? So it hit me. I've been in the creative industry. I've always been interested in fashion. So I was like, let me just teach myself how to make a bag. And because I didn't have enough capital, I went ahead and taught myself how to hand stitch without making a bag using my own hands without using any machines. So I taught myself for like 8 months through the internet, and after I made
YouTube.
YouTube, Googling,
YouTube
all the time. So I made my first bag last year, August, and I sold it to an Indian man, and he was like, wow, I love this because it had a horn handle. And he was like, is this hand stitch? I told him, yes, it's hand stitch, and he bought it. And that's when I realized there's a niche in the market for hand stitch leather bags, and I didn't look back. So we have sold a few to known people because of the hand stitching. It's rare. You can rarely find such bags here in Kenya. So, but the Kenyan market don't quite understand what hand stitching really is. So we have tried to diversify into machine stitching. And also diversified into canvas and African material, because canvas, it's a bit, more affordable for those people that cannot afford to buy a leather bag. Yeah, so we are still diversifying, we're still rebranding, coming up with more designs and trying to understand what the market really is. Yeah.
Talk to us about the creativity. By the way, we have, such a good display of some of the things that you do. Tell us about the creativity that goes behind it. Like, why do you decide on cow skin, the horns, leather? Why were you inspired to go down that direction? There are so many bags in the market currently, so many options that we have. But then what inspired you to be so specific in what you do?
The reason as to why I ventured into leather is because I was getting tired of people call them China bags. You buy a bag, maybe 2,500, 6 months down the line, it's torn out, the lining and everything. So it was very stressful. And I was like, let me just try and make a bag for myself using the leather material. I knew leather was very expensive, but the savings I had through the acting industry, I decided to just buy, a few square feet, and that's when I made my first bag. And because I love leather, it's you can do anything with it. It's flexible, doesn't tear out. It's just, even the touch. It's a cow. It's an animal.
So passionate about them.
It's an animal. This is an animal you're carrying. So to me, it's everything. But for those that can't really afford leather, we've diversified now into canvas, but leather is our main medium. Yeah.
Okay. And coming back to you, Valentine, you just told us you're a fashion designer. But then how did it start? Before Blaze, before the 5 million, before everything, there has to be that dream that started somewhere, and there has to be that step that you took that eventually, brought even that opportunity that finally gave you that breakthrough. Tell us about that journey.
I can say when I actually started to design was in high school, in Form 1. My school had that opportunity. We had the Miss, it was my girls Eldoret. We had the Miss Moiji competitions, and then you don't have clothes in school, so your friends are contesting, and then they need help. And then I feel like I can do something with the bed sheet. I can do something with the bed cover. I can do something with the book covers. Yes.
Okay.
Like just resourcing with the resource around the school, just like that. And then my model wins, so you feel I can do this.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it goes by year after year, like that, every year. Then more and more friends consult. Like anytime someone has been nominated for the competition, they come, Val, help. Yeah, and just like that. Then now after high school, I did one for Miss Most University. Like now I really did something with real fabric, and I felt okay.
You can do something.
Yes,
So you kept
I'm like,
growing.
yeah, I'm like, I can do this, but I didn't really major on it or do much with it. Like it's something I did like just random, like by the way. Yes, I didn't really focus or feel like there's so much I could do with this or get so much into it until when I auditioned for Blaze, and when I went there and they asked me, what is your business idea? First they asked me, is it a talent or a business? And I'm like, it's a business. Then I'm thinking, which business is it? Then it hits me, it's fashion. Yeah. And then after that, I'm like, if I could own up to it and say, yeah, I can do a business in fashion, or I've been doing some business in fashion, then this is it. This is for me. Yeah.
So that is how you got the opportunity. Let's talk about, getting that idea out. You know, there is always that person who they know they have something. They know they are blessed in one way or another, but they are just doing it. They sing in the bathroom or they draw in the sitting room. They are never really encouraged to get out there. What is it that is the secret to getting it out, Monday, for you?
I think for me, creativity is more like a muscle that you exercise rather than a gift that is there and will flourish by itself. So the more you discover what you like doing, basically follow your curiosity. You're like, okay, I like fashion, I like materials. What can I do with these materials? So never be afraid to fail. Basically, to be creative, you have to fail a few times and just explore your love for learning. Stay learning, stay curious, and don't be afraid to fail. That's how creativity grows.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have to exercise
You have to
creativity.
exercise
That's what I
it.
capture.
Yes.
Because you may be so creative,
Yes.
but unajichocha too.
Yeah.
You're such a good singer, a good musician, a good MC, a good DJ, but we're too unajichocha. You have to do something about it. Get out there and show guys that this is what I have. You know, let's talk about those opportunities, Benta. People say it's very hard to crack it out there, to crack the market and to get your niche and to be able to identify people that you can be able to serve with what you're doing. Those opportunities, do they come? Do you look for them? And probably what would you advise that young person watching you?
As they say, opportunity don't come knocking, yeah? So you have to go out there and look for opportunities. So as for us, the creatives, you can go overboard. Like my first collection was just, I thought that's what the market will love, but oh my God, it was the other way around. People didn't even want my
So
my
these are not the
creativity.
kind of bags you were doing.
This is
when
not my
you
first
started.
collection.
Okay.
It was, you know, you're
But
so
it's just 8
creative.
months.
You
You
know,
have changed in 8
you
months and
have
you've
to
become so
if,
diverse.
if you fail, don't sit down and cry. Just snap out and start afresh immediately. Because time is running. You might die tomorrow, but you know you have to be so fast in correcting your mistakes. So just you have to learn. The universe will create ways for you, and pray a lot because you need strength in this kind of business.
Okay. You can probably talk to us about the bags that you have. There was one interesting one that made such a huge statement. I know you know them, so the white one. Just take us through, you know, some of the things that you have right now in studio.
This is a clutch bag, an oversized clutch bag. This is a brass, this brass metal from Rongai. They do this for you. And this is also a brass logo. And this is called hair-on leather and suede leather. Fully hand-stitched. The same applies to this. This is suede leather and hair-on. This is the most expensive leather so far we have. It's called metallic leather. I don't
You
know
can just hold it up for, as you talk about it.
Yes. I don't know how they do this, but this is also leather, metallic. And
Kwanza that one. Just pose with it.
this is called a box bag. It's even the shape, it's a box. So this is a horn handle. We have a lot of talent in Kenya. The Kibera artisans do this, and it's original. They don't put paint. This is how a cow horn looks like. I know most of it. Actually, I didn't even know.
One would think that you painted it to match
Yes.
You know, the skin.
This is how a cow horn looks like. I don't know if they clean it or whatever. But also, this is a cow logo. A horn logo. It's fully hand stitched too. Brass, metal, buckles from Rongai. So we source everything from Kenya. We have a lot of resources. What you have to do is just look out for the talents out there. Yeah.
Why Kenya? Why did you decide to sell Kenya, for example?
To sell to Kenya.
To sell, you know, because these are locally available, you know, materials that you use to design your bags. What inspired that? People like imported.
I have been a victim of the imported bags. To me, just buy Kenyan, you know, to Tujenga Kenya, yeah,
Grow
and
our
create create your employment for for some of us who are not employed. Now, like I will have to employ a marketer, someone that whoever did this for me, I created an opportunity for them, and I paid them for this, So by Kenya to Jenga Kenya to Jenga us, the youth especially. Yes,
Okay.
so I don't have to import bags, and yet there is so much talent here in Kenya.
Okay, Valentine, very quickly, just take us through, the kind of designs that you do. You say you're a fashion designer. Fashion is very wide. Have you identified like a particular area that you're so much talented in or you're so passionate about?
Yes.
And you have a very nice
Sweatshirt.
Yeah, you can show us that as well.
Okay. Yes, I have identified an area, but I've identified an area in the essence of my clientele, the niche. The niche that I cater for is specifically the plus-size woman. Not that we chase away every other client. We do call them the walk-ins at Nekesa Queens. We call them the walk-ins. We will cater for them. But specifically our niche is the plus-size woman. Because clearly, every fashion exhibition, it's the petite lady that is being
That is
catered for.
always, yeah, it's true.
So, and the African body, the African woman's body, it's curvy. She
By
is
the way,
curvy
that's-
naturally. Yes.
Yeah.
So who's catering for them? Like I felt that's, and I can. I felt I can. I can do it. Why shouldn't I? Let me do this. And I'm coming from a family where women, that's the body. They are curvy. And I know the challenges that come with that type of body. I have an event somewhere, I need to go somewhere. Finding something nice for them to wear, if they don't have to, they have to import. Like finding it locally resourced, and it's been hard for them. So I felt like I can cater for them. Let me do this. Let me get into this. And I got into it. And I can say the market has been receptive. Like these women felt someone does
Really
care.
appreciated.
Yeah, someone does appreciate and someone cares for us. What we do is basically we mambo jumbo. We call it mambo jumbo. We mambo jumbo every fabric. We touch every single fabric. Not that we only play with the African fabric, but then we do want to hit an international market. So we say for us to compete internationally, we cannot only do African fabrics. We have to do all fabrics.
Okay.
Yeah, for us to be at that competitive level internationally. Because what is being exhibited, it's every fabric. If you can do anything with any kind of fabric, it puts you at the competitive level. Yeah.
Did you design that as well?
Yes, I did. This is one of our sweatshirts. Nekesa Queens, with my shirt too. This is
You can just put it as if you're wearing
oh,
it.
as if I'm wearing.
And then you get to,
Yes, yes. This is a sample of a sweatshirt, which you won't find anyone else wearing, because with Ankara, we make sure we try to customize the Ankara that we put. If we're using Ankara, we try to customize it. That in the sense, if it's in this sweatshirt, you won't find it in any other thing that you get from us. If you come for a sweatshirt next time, you would get exactly this type of Ankara, because we're trying to make you feel exemplary.
Okay.
If
And
another
people love unique,
being unique,
being
like you
unique.
walk in town, you'll be the only one wearing that type and that type alone.
Like
when
the
it comes from
shiki
us.
has been overdone. and
Overrated.
like, it's really nice, but everybody has
Has
it.
it, yeah. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And
Now I
just
get
to add
you.
on to that, she's
Okay.
really taking advantage of the athleisure trend that's going on in the fashion market.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's something that's
Like we're trying to,
Kudos.
to be in line with what's going on, but
Yeah.
being unique a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to you, Monday. The film industry, what you're trying to do, there is so much competition and there is so much happening in so many changes every day.
Yes.
Tell us how you're dealing with that on a day-to-day basis
On a
to be
day-to-day.
relevant and to be on top of your game.
Okay. In terms of competition, I don't really consider myself having any. Not that there aren't other makeup artists in the same industry or trying to accomplish similar goals, but in the sense that what I have to offer is unique. In the combination of special effects makeup and luxury beauty applications, it's not only working in the film industry when I'm on set or when I'm freelancing for a client, but I take that a step further in that I'm building a platform on social media that allows me to be seen on the global scale, and that allows me to grow and have a following and have that exposure and teach what I know to other people. So
Where
I
on
have,
social media? As you
Style Me Monday.
Style Me
Everywhere on
Monday.
Style Me Monday.
Yeah, okay, sawa. Continue.
Yeah, so that's how I I work to stand out in the industry. Yes.
You say you have a picture on your social
on
media,
my social media,
that you look as old as your grandmother.
I look exactly like my
Exactly like your grandmother.
Yes, I do.
And you can also make somebody have like a gunshot.
Gunshot wounds, cuts, bruises, basically all kinds of, I have to learn a lot of medical language. I have to learn a lot of anatomy, basically. I have to go back to school and become some sort of a doctor because my makeup has to be anatomically correct. You know, with the human eye, when you're looking at, let's say, a finger, if even one detail is off, you will know.
Yeah, true.
You will know.
True.
So I have to work to become very, very detailed in that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm just always curious.
Yeah.
Now that I have you here,
Yeah.
what do you use to create a gunshot wound? Don't tell me how, because we will have stolen
You
your
ruined
idea.
it.
But just like, what do you use?
I'll give you the basic.
Don't give me all of them.
No, I'll just give you the basic materials that you need. It's silicone. It's either silicone or gelatin to make the skin, and then you have fake blood, which is actually very easy to make, very easy to source, and cotton for the muscle tissue. Yes.
And then how does it become so real? Like, I shoot you like, yeah, and then it's like sudden. Like, how does it happen?
Basically,
because now you were there.
For the gunshot wound, you will have the action where someone is shooting, right? And then you cut to the wound, and then for the like you have a tiny, it's a sort of explosive underneath the clothes where it will explode, and then you cut to the wound.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see now on a series. Nigerians sometimes they play.
This was not too much.
Like you shoot and then I'm dying. I'm dying. And then it's like dying for 10 minutes. We know you're dying. Anyway, let's move on. There is that aspect of, there are challenges that come with this work. Cindy, when you're designing, you're the one who has the creativity, you know what you want. What's the hardest, part, Benta, for you when you're designing something? The acceptance, probably, yeah.
First, giving life to the image you've created, and then clients. You might create a very nice design, but you have no market for it because nobody wants it. That's what happened to my first collection. So as long as you're creative, yes, but understand who you're selling to. First, learn what people want. Do a lot of research in terms of marketing, or else you'll start wearing your own, selling yourself the bags because you have no one to market or no one wants your designs. So just limit yourself and do a lot of research. Yeah.
Have you ever had like an off moment when you present something you think is so amazing and you get that flat response? How do you deal with that?
To me, my first collection, that's exactly that happened. And there's this woman that told me, no, I can't, that is not for me. And that was my target market, and it hit me. Oh my God, I know the words were kind of harsh, but you have to take it positively because she's telling you in a way that is not the market. That is not who you're targeting. If for us it's the upper market, they don't want flashy things or, weird designs. They just want simplicity. So you have to understand who you're selling to. Yeah.
Okay. For you, Valentine, what is it that you're planning or currently doing to make sure that this does not go away? This opportunity that you have, Nekesa Queens, is here to stay, and it's here to grow, and it's here to impact.
Basically, what we have strategized is we'll do a couple of exhibitions. Not every exhibition, because we don't want to be common. So we'll do a couple of exhibitions just to make Nekesa Queens well known to the people, to the market, to the people we're trying to get to reach out to. Because people who attend these exhibitions, boutique owners, other fashion designers, other people who relate in the fashion industry, which will give us a bigger audience and a bigger clientele, which is basically why we're doing business, So yes, basically that's the main thing we want to do, more exhibitions,
All right. There are people who could be watching this morning and they feel like this message of the youths do not have jobs, the youths do not have what to do, the youths are being taken advantage of. There's always that negative hope for the youth in this country. What would you tell, that population, and even the population that is supposed to lift, these young people up, Monday?
I would say if you don't have a job, create the job you wish existed. Because if you sit waiting for employment, which it's very, very hard to get a job in Kenya now. So basically just be proactive, find some way to make money, because you can start a business with 10 shillings. Yeah. It's possible.
10 bob?
Yeah, you can. Start a chapel business.
Yeah. And then you keep on growing.
Keep growing.
And it's always good to start small. You can't start with
start where
5
you are.
million.
Yeah.
Benta?
Opportunities are out there. That's why investors are coming all the way to Africa, especially in Kenya, to invest, because they see opportunities that we don't see. Yeah, there's so much problem. Create solutions. If at all you don't have a grocery, maybe you live at Runda, just, come up with a grocery shop. That's how you create solutions.
Okay. Valentine?
Be your own boss.
Hey.
Just be your own boss.
Yeah?
Clearly, it's a wrap up of what they've said. Be your own boss. Figure out. There's some things you've gone through, or there's something you saw and you felt, see, someone should have done this. Do that. Because you feel, if you yourself felt someone should have done it, then that means there's already a market for it. You yourself, you're already a client to it. Yes. And just figure out, what do people want, not what do I want. Don't start rearing. There's a friend who says he reared catfish. He's a farmer. He reared catfish because he felt that's what he likes. But that's not what the people wanted. Yes. So what do people want? Managu. Give them managu.
Usijichoche. This is what I love, so people will love it.
Yes.
Yeah, give people what they want.
Yeah.
So you have to do research. You have to understand your target market, right? Yeah. So tell me about you mentioned something about let's embrace Kenya, let's buy Kenya. What do you think is the major hiccup as to why we don't embrace our own, especially when it comes to these designs that are so personal and customized? Many people shy away from that. Only the people who understand, would go for them and would want to make a statement with them. But many people prefer just going random shopping and buying anything that they can afford. Talk to us about how we can be able to bridge that gap and have that culture where we can understand that even if a bag costs 10K, I can buy it knowing what it means, and
Okay, we have a mentality of, Kenyan-made products are not of quality, which is very not true.
Yeah.
I had the same misconception, but once I went round looking for my competitors, I was amazed by what they do, the quality that is there. So don't buy those foreign whatever bags that come in Kenya, and then you yourself get angry because they don't even go for like even a year or so. So just embrace Kenya. Quality is there. Quality is there. It's what your pocket is, what you're willing to offer to the market. Because if I cannot, most people, there are people that embrace Kenya made, actually, and it's growing. The population is very much growing because they've realized there's quality in whatever is being made here in Kenya. And there's just a few that are like, I just want the what can I call them? Those bags that come in. I don't want to call them China bags, but the mass market bags. So what we can do is maybe create awareness. Yeah, as designers, we create awareness. We give people our stuff for them to see, and to maybe do analysis. Oh my God, like this bag. Most people were like, "Is this Kenyan made?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's Kenyan made. I'm the one that did this." And through that, at least we are creating awareness. Yeah, so that people can embrace the talent that we have, and we create jobs for people.
Okay.
What?
Valentine, how do we bring the cost down? Because I fail to understand why a bag that is made here would cost me so much as compared to one that I would import. I mean, imetoka huko mbali na bado it's cheaper.
Bags, I don't know.
Really, you're the brain in that industry. You need answers.
Clothes, I can.
Okay, I've just used that as an example. But even clothes, you find that
True.
Yeah,
The
the local
prices
ones
are
are so expensive. Yeah.
I can say that's us, the designers, designer, tailor, those people, us who make the clothes. I think it's us who hiken the price, because I won't, if I don't source my material at an affordable price, that means I've got it expensive. That means I want to make profit. Then that means if I'm not the tailor, then I have to pay my tailor. And you know, I'm adding all that cost, the threading, everything. There's so much costing that I'm trying to add up for me to get my profit back. It goes back to me resourcing my material. Like for us, Nekesa Queens, what we've actually decided as per now, we're going to use, we do patchwork currently, we're working on it, patchwork, different fabrics. When a tailor is done threading, the pieces that are left, whether it's silk, whether it's the African fabric, whether it's, you know, velvet, all those fabrics, for us now we are taking, and it's so much cheaper, I can't even believe it, and it's so much. We source those pieces, we're getting those pieces, then we do the patchwork with the pieces that we acquire our fabric, which entirely our point at the end of the day is running that uniqueness bit of it. So basically, how I will patch it, no other person can patch it the same way. There's no way I will put this here, and you'll find someone did exactly what I did. That brings already the unique element, which makes it even cheaper for us. Sourcing that fabric is so much cheaper. That means our products will be at an affordable price. We won't have to hike, because we actually, why they're so high is because we get the fabrics expensive, and then all added costs, you know,
So you
now
have
it becomes,
to get back what you
because you
used
just
plus
want to get the profit.
Yeah. Okay.
The prices get higher.
Okay. Is there a way that you guys protect your brand, like, so that there's no
Copyright,
copycats, kind of a thing, so that everybody has what you have? Is there a way that you've identified that you protect your brand?
Yes, you
Benta?
can. Actually, you can. You can copyright your designs and intellectual property. Yeah, at a fee, though. Yeah, it's not free, so you have to pay. And whoever copies, they'll have to pay you awesomely. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Sawa, sawa. So final words, ladies, from all of you. Let me start with you, Monday. Just what do you want to tell my viewers as you leave the studio this morning? Good work, all of you. What you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. And keep rising, keep doing it, yeah? So your final words, Monday.
My final words is I encourage all young people, anyone who has a talent and the ability to turn that into a passion, that they should follow that. Something else I'd like to say is that check out stylememonday.com for more work, more of my makeup applications. If anyone is interested in beauty tutorials, how to do makeup, if you're just starting out, then there's a lot there for the average woman.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sawa, sawa. Benta?
For me, start with what you have, no matter how small. It doesn't matter. Just go for, follow your instincts and pray a lot. And also, you can find me on Facebook, BW Leather on Facebook. Then on Instagram, it's BW_leather. Yes, and we are also willing to train people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Valentine, her own boss. they are their own bosses, by the way. Okay.
For me, it's wake up. Wake up. Just wake up. Stop sitting there and saying, I don't have a job, or where will I get employment, or there's no jobs in Kenya, and there's so much opportunity and there's so much you can do. Just go out there and start doing it. Wake up and start. Like, the only thing you can do is start. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Start already. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Sawa.
and
Nitakupea hiyo utoe.
thank you.
Because imekuja.
Yes.
Hope
And
si salamu. You
No,
come
no,
from
no.
Kakamega.
Bye.
Sawa.
No. And yes, you can find Nekesa Queens on Instagram at V Designs, like where.
Oh, okay.
V Designs. On Facebook, V Designs. On Twitter, Nekesa Queens.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies, for coming.
you.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Kenya so far, but don't go anywhere. There's a lot that is still coming your way. The entertainment has just started. You better put on your dancing shoes. The king of dance, Samuel Njoroge, is just about to take it away all through till 9. The DJ is already in studio, DJ Mantix, so keep it right there. Don't go anywhere. I just beg you, don't go anywhere. at Safin_Ching, at Sami Wanjoroge. The Twitter handles are open at KBC Channel 1. The hashtag is GMKKBC. So stay right there. We are coming right back.